Right, so we're now onto the inside of the Grande 850. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the positioning of the drain taps for the tank, and then also how to use the tank. So if you flap down that front flap, you'll see that you've got your alarm box, you've got your tank, and you've got your pump in there, and also your drain taps. So Swift do provide a little sticker at the front which does tell you sort of how to position the taps, and then also this little toggle, depending on whether you're using the tank or an aqua roll. So if we have a look, if we're using the tank on board, and that's also to fill the tank, what we'd do is we'd have both of the drain taps shut like so, and then we'll have that little toggle positioned downwards. So that is if we're using the tank. If we're going to use the aqua roll, then we would still have both drain taps down, and then we will have the toggle pointed to the right position. And then to drain the system for winter, which is when you collect the van, it will be in this position. So toggle to the right, and then both drain taps up, letting all the water out. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, what we'll do is we'll have it set to external supply, which is for the aqua roll. Okay, that's all in there. Once that's all on under there, we're going to go underneath this seat here, where all the main control switches are. The cushion's moved out of the way, and we've got the slats up in the upright position. Underneath here we've got the back of the battery box. We've got your boiler located in the corner there. We've got the PCBs for the motor mover, and we've got your main electric unit. So you've got your charger located on the side, and then you've got these switches which I'll run through. The first one we have is the shut down system button. So when that's in the upright position like that, everything is off in the caravan. You'll see all the lights have gone off, all the control panels are off. So when you're in storage, it's best to have that up to stop any drain on the electric. The solar panel will keep charging the battery though. So for demonstration purposes, we're going to switch that on. You get a little beep, that's the control panel turning on. And then you can use your individual isolators here. So you've got charger, heating and hot water. So we'll just switch those on. We've got reverse polarity here. So if you've ever going abroad and there's reverse polarity, you've got a fault with your lead, that will light up and it will protect the electrical system. So if that ever lights up, you'll need to address that then. Below here we've got the RCDs, and then we've also got your fuses here. There is a little list. If you pull this flap down, there is a list on here to tell you what the RCDs are for and what the fuses are for. So that's all on there. So once that's on under there, we can start turning things on the main control panel. So we've got the main control panel here. This is the main menu. The first icon we've got is pump. So we'll switch that on. So that will confirm an alarm that we've got fresh water is low. That's because the tank is empty at the moment. So pump, that runs the internal pump. So you can hear that kicking in now. So what that's doing is just priming the system, and you'll see water start coming from the taps, and you can start bleeding the water through there. So this is running the internal pump and not the external. So the external pump is only to fill the tank. So you just bleed that water through. It can take a little while to come through. So we've bled our water through. And the next icon on there is for the awning light. So we just pop that to turn on the awning light. We've got the lighting, which is the internal lighting. So if you pop those on there, you can dim them on these two circuits as well by pressing this. You can also do this on the app on the phone. I'll tell you how to connect that in a second. So once they're all on that circuit, they're all individually switched. So switches like that, switch on, and then these little spotlights. They're also dimmable, so if you turn that knob on the side, the lights are dimmable. Next on the control panel is the power. So we can see on there the voltage of the leisure battery, how much solar energy the solar panel's drawing in, and then also when connected to the car, the vehicle battery level. If we press that button there, you can also set a limit on the ampage, just in case if you're on a site where it's very low ampage, you can set a limit so the electrics don't trip. Next is water. So this is how you would fill up your onboard water tank. So it's telling us at the moment that the water tank is empty. You'd plug in your pump to the direct to tank inlet on the outside, and then press fill, and that will run the external pump to fill the onboard tank. You can also press frost alerts, so if it gets below a certain temperature, it will let you know to prevent any damage to the system. And then also level alert, so when you turn the pump on, if you don't want it to come up with that warning, all you do is you just press that button and it won't come up anymore. So next we'll go to heating. So that is how to control your heating, but you can do it from the Audi panel itself, which I'll run through. So on that you can set timer, whether you want to control it from the app or not, gas, electric and water heating. Got settings there, which is time, date, and then also how to pair by Bluetooth to your phone. So you'll need to download the app on the phone, and then if you press pair on there, it will find your phone and you'll be able to connect via that. You can also turn off the key beep, and then also the screen brightness on there. So we'll just press the home button, so we can do the radio on here. So this is how you turn on the radio. So if you click mode, so you can flick between FM, DAB and auxiliary. Your auxiliary point is here on the Caravan, so you can plug in a portable CD player. You can also plug in MP3 iPod, and you've got mains point and USBs there as well. So next we've got the fridge, which you can control the fridge from the main control panel, or you can control it from the fridge itself, which I'm going to show you in a second. I'll just run through the little little icons at the top. So we've got the internal caravan temperature, which is 17 degrees at the moment. We've got the external temperature, which is 11 degrees, humidity, and then we've got date, time, and then we've got solar panel working, leisure battery, and then the level of the leisure battery, which is full. We've got here, we've got your smoke alarm, carbon monoxide alarm there. We've got the main Audi control panel, which I'll run through, so we'll switch it off. So we'll switch on our Audi control panel. Start by pressing menu. On the top, you select your temperature. So like today, it's nice and warm, don't really want the heating on. We'd just leave it on low and it won't kick in. But if it's cold outside, winter time, just set it to whatever temperature you like, so 20 degrees, and it will just stick to that temperature. Next down the line, we've got the water temperature. So it's off at the moment. You can have it on eco, which is just ticking over, and then boost. So you'd put it on boost if you're showering using a lot of hot water, and that will put all of the energy into the water heating and none into the heating itself. So once you're done showering and stuff, turn it back to eco. The next is whether you're going to use electric or gas. So everything's off at the moment, so you can either use 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt of electric, depending on how much energy you're using. If you've got toaster going, hairdryer, kettle, and then you can have gas as well. That's gas on, and you can mix the electric with the gas to get it hot really quickly. We've got settings here, so you can set night mode, day mode, prioritising gas or electric timers. So that's up to you. You can literally just set it as per I've just shown by just setting the temperature and leaving it. It's completely up to you. You can also adjust it on the phone on the Swift Command app, which is handy. Here we have the fridge. So you've got the main control panel at the top. So we'll just switch the fridge off. Okay, so we'll switch the fridge on. It's automatically on the setting auto. So a lot of people have it on auto if they're connecting to the car. It will connect straight to the 12 volt. If you're connected to electric, it will go straight onto the electric. If the electric cuts out for some reason, it will switch on to gas automatically. To select between these settings, you press this little selector switch. So that will take you to, this is on 12 volt on the car battery, so that's why it's coming up with an error, because we're not connected to the car. And to auto, and then we're good to go. So you've got a temperature setting on the right. So maximum is coldest. You can adjust it using this little temperature gauge. Minimum is warmest. So if it's too cold on maximum, just reduce the temperature there. You've got catch on the bottom to open up the freezer compartment, which you've got a shelf in, and then top catch on here to open up the fridge compartment. And you can also set like a travel catch on these catches, so that little bit at the bottom, you just push that up and that will stop the fridge from locking, and you won't have to push that catch down. Okay, so to release that, you just push that bit down there and the fridge will lock again. Okay, so if we move round, you've got in here, you've got the DAB radio module for the radio, so that's wired into the control panel. That lead there is wired into the auxiliary point, so if you wanted to have a portable CD player in here and tuck it out the way, you just unplug that auxiliary point and plug it in there. And if you want to use the auxiliary point, just plug that back in. In the kitchen area, we've got the microwave at the top. So there is a little manual that comes with the Caravan to show you how to use this. So just set the timer and away you go. In the left hand top kitchen cupboard, you've got your solar panel charger controller there, so you don't have to do anything with that. That's just tucked away in there. In the kitchen, you've got your hob, gas grill and oven. You've got electric ignition on here, so you just press that ignition button in and then work your gas and your oven, and then you've got one electric ring on there, which is 1 to 6. So you just switch that on and then make sure it's cool before you put your hob lid down. A trick with these is just make sure your hob lid is back all the way. Don't tuck anything behind there, because if it is slightly forward, it will cut out and the hob won't light. We've got storage in the kitchen, so we've got big utensil drawer at the top, and then we've got 2 storage parts. You've got your sink cover and drainer stored here. You've got pull-out wire baskets, and you've got a shelf there on the other side. Okay. On this side, we do have in this cupboard all of your handbooks, and then we've also got the reversing camera, which we'll go through. So all your handbooks in that silver file in this cupboard. In the ceiling, we have got your Omni vent. So to use this, what you do is use this knob to open up the hatch. You make sure that's open before you use it. Press the on button, and then you've got 2 functions. You've got either extract or ventilate inside. We're currently extracting, so you can keep pressing and more lights will come up, and that will increase the speed. And then if you want to ventilate inside, have a nice little breeze, just keep pressing till your buttons go the other way. The fan will stop and then it will start to go the other way. Just switch that on. And pop the hatch back down, don't forget to do that. And then just wind it down till it's nice and hand tight down. And you've also got a blackout light, so just pull that all the way to the end, and to release, push those two clips together and release back. In the living area, we've got the main roof light, so you've got fly screen and blackout blind the other side, so just meet in the middle. And then you've also got push button, pull the lever towards you. You've got different settings if you want to have it half open, and then just make sure you secure it by pushing this catch down, and that will stop the wind blowing it shut. So we just pop that hatch down, and then make sure when closing, just pop the arm up above that spring button so it's nice and securely shut. On all the windows you have fly screens and blinds, so the blackout blinds pull up from the bottom, and then fly screens pull down from the top, and then they just secure in the middle with this little catch. So just to let go, you just pull that, catch gently, and then blind up and down. Same in the kitchen. Next we have the washroom, so we'll start with the cassette toilet. So what you have is to open the slider, use the toilet, you've got a little lever here. So if you just pull this there, you'll see that the slider into the cassette is open. Got an electric flush, so just push that down and you'll have your flush water coming out. You've also got a little light there that will flash up when the cassette is full. When you're emptying the cassette, you've got to make sure that that little slider is shut there. So open, shut. If it's open and you're trying to pull the cassette out, it won't come out. Don't force it. Just make sure the slider's shut inside. You've got your sink, you've got your vanity mirror, so just hot water, make sure that's all bled through. You've got additional socket fitted there just next to, got your shower, got your panel heater there, and then in the bedroom you've got your fixed bed, you've got some speakers, you've got your TV bracket there fixed to the wall. To get to your underneath the bed storage, just lift the bed up. It's not secured in gas struts, so it won't fall down. You've also got in here a waste carrier, which is supplied with the Caravan. To push the bed back down, all you do is push it down and it will just go back down. You've got little night lights here next to the bed. To turn those off is just a switch next to the bed, and then got switches for the lights above the bed, and then also your little downlighters. Above the fridge we have the TV aerial, so you've got your amplifier at the back which is switched on when the blue light is on. There is a little switch where that dip is that you can turn off. To adjust the TV aerial, what you do is undo that nut there, push the aerial up, and then use this little toggle at the bottom to put it in the right direction. There is also a little sticker behind there, just a little advice when travelling, so just make sure that's down, and then this section is pointing towards you. Make sure that nut is secure when you're travelling. At the bottom here what we have is the PIR for the alarm for the Caravan. So what you get is alarm fob here, so the on button here, you'll get one beep, that is the alarm setting. You've got a little torch at the bottom here. This one here controls the awning light, so you can turn the awning light on and off on there. And then the P is just for programming if you get any more fobs. So that PIR is just a motion sensor there. It's also got a tilt sensor.